Hello, welcome back to It's New. I heard you all. You told me too much, Morty. So
Literally 1 day back and he's already kicked off.
The
It's too
comments were
much.
flooded with hate.
so we got rid of him again. Back in the penalty box. Anyway, Anu, what are you covering?
So yeah, Google is now giving you the whole Google Merchant API to use for your whole merchant center.
Cool. And Greg?
How are people shopping with Amazon dropping out of Google Ads?
And I got the big SEO question, which really should not be an SEO question, about the Chrome UX report versus Search Console's Core Web Vitals report. Whenever you are ready, Anu.
Sure. So Google Merchant Center is replacing the Content API for shopping, and this was something that was released about a year ago, as in like the Content API and even the Merchant Center API has been around earlier this year, but has not really been the go-to. But Google is now saying that the Merchant API, the Google Merchant API, is replacing Content API, and that's going to happen. That's going to be the go-to by the end of this year. So I think the Content API is going to be totally sunsetted and deprecated for that. And they're saying, in conjunction with the launch, they're also announcing the future sunset of content. They're committed to making this transition as smooth as possible and will provide access to Content API until August 18th of 2026, till next year, after which the Content API will be shut down. So you still have some time to do some learning in between the both. But by this time next year, that'll be shut down.
Yep. The Content API was around for over a decade, and there is a way there is a help document to help you transition from the Content API for shopping to the Merchant API, which should be useful if you guys are using that. So, yeah. And then we all thought Amazon dropping CPC, dropping Google Ads would make a huge difference. Save a lot of people money.
We sure did. And if you don't recall, Amazon had sort of unexpectedly, I would say, turned off all of their shopping ads, or formerly known as PLA, or product listing ads. And what many people were seeing is a huge drop in their competitive metrics. Looking at Amazon, they still kept their search ads on, their RSAs on, so you'd still see them in some of those reports. And the thought process was things would get cheaper. We would see more success. And Fred Valleys over at Optimizer has some kind of contradictory studies out here, or a study. And he says, when Amazon suddenly halted all Google ads on July 23rd, this placed shoppers clicked on competitor ads, but brought Amazon level expectations for pricing, shipping speed, and convenience that most competitors couldn't match. The result, more traffic, less value. And he took a look at some of the metrics, and I believe he had a pretty big sample size on this. He looked at 6,000 plus accounts. Clicks in general, and these I'm just assuming are shopping ads, or formerly PLA ads. Clicks went up about 8%. Impressions went up about 5%. The cost dropped by a full percent. Conversions stayed flat. And the conversion value actually dropped a little bit. And so did the return on ad spend. Obviously, if the cost is flat and the conversion values drops, the return on ad spend is going to drop as well. So I thought this was an interesting look at it. There's a full study over on Optimizer that takes a look at a little bit more data as well, but really kind of maybe not that surprising if people are kind of trained on Amazon, and then you have $9 shipping and it takes a week instead of free shipping that takes a few days. So I think the big thing here is always look at what's happening with your account and see how, that is impacting it. And if you want to compare it, you look at July 23rd and beyond. That's when Amazon had dropped out of PLAs there.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, but I would have assumed like a lot of people going to Google to find product are, maybe I'm too advanced, but like if I want something on Amazon, I'll go to Amazon and search on Amazon. I'm not going to Google to find something that I want on Amazon. But at least me, I mean, I will look on Google only when I know I don't want to go to Amazon to buy it. That makes
See,
sense.
I'm not that way.
No.
I'm sort of like, if there's something out there that's good, I'll do it. And then if it's Amazon, it's sort of like a bonus, I would say. Like if it's a product that's a good price. I've just found that a lot of times Amazon prices have increased a little bit. And then also whenever I search on Amazon on the app itself, I am like blown away by how many rip-off, like third-party knockoffs are on there. And it's like astounding. You look at something
Yeah.
and you just get these all capital company names with these, super cheap imported things that I'm not that interested in. So I've almost moved away from that a little bit because it's like I don't want a Bago hammock or something. I could
Like
get one
that skin
from
cream
REI.
you were using really made you shine.
That's not Amazon, baby. You got to pay shipping on that. Unless you hit $100, then you get free shipping. So you order a lot of tubs. Say it's free you can buy a 3-pack and then the butter body. That's what I'd recommend.
Oh my God, why?
And
You're a Prime member? You have Prime or no?
Yeah, I have Prime.
Interesting.
Mm.
So I use Camel to track the prices on Amazon for stuff that's expensive.
That's
how I
nice.
see it.
You just have to wait. It's a cool service. I love Camel. But I also I'm a Walmart Plus member because they can get stuff delivered. So it's free there too. So I almost go to Walmart instead of Amazon now.
I hear a lot of people are switching over to Walmart over the time. Yeah. Anyway, that's a great study from Fred. It does make you wonder, like, yeah, I guess I'm wrong. I'm like a different type of person. So anyway,
and one other note on that, he breaks it down by categories too. So I gave you just the overviews. There's electronics, tools, all that stuff. So definitely head over to Optimizer to check it out.
cool. And then some people have been asking Google, why does the Google Chrome UX report, user experience report, have different core vitals like metrics from the Google Search Console core web vitals report? So Barry Pollard, who works at Google on this specific report, basically said the Crux report, which is the Chrome user experience report, measures it on a page views basis. So every single person who visits a page, that's a page view. And some page views some pages get more visits than others. Whereas the Search Console report looks at it on a URL by URL basis and groups those URLs into one. So it's not like it's like based on like how many views a page get. It just looks at it on a URL by URL basis. And because of that, the metrics in terms of what's fast and what's slow on average might be different, because if more people are visiting your homepage and that's fast, but less people are visiting maybe a deep site inside pages of your website and those pages are slower, the Search Console will probably show you probably a slower status because there's more pages that maybe people aren't visiting, versus the Crux report, which shows you more of the pages that people are visiting, which are generally maybe faster pages on your website. Hopefully you got that. So anyway,
Is this like your arch nemesis, like the Barry at Google, Barry Pollard?
yes,
Is he at Google or is he just a SEO?
he's at Google. Yeah. I asked Google to remove him or change his name, and I'm still waiting to hear back.
It's like the Bizarro Gary, or Bizarro Barry. We should call him Gary.
Yeah, it's kind of upsetting, but I don't know. We don't get our way every single time.
Maybe we'll have to
Unless
have
you're
a Barry of the Year award this year. Barry
Have you ever
Pollard.
won? Have you ever won the Greg of the Year?
I've never won the Greg of the Year.
That's like not nice.
I know.
Isn't it Marketing O'Clock that does the competition?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what I'm dealing with.
Just
my life.
confirming.
And PPC Greg has won Greg of the Year every year. It's crazy.
It's rigged. I'm telling you, it's rigged. You can't trust those Marketing O'Clock people.
I'll make some changes. Gotta
All that
shuffle
Taylor
the
Swift
staff
stuff.
around.
It's just too much. Just Taylor Swift, fake awards. People get these like little trophies and they're plastic.
Sorry, we like having fun, Barry. I said the F word, fun. I'm sorry.
Somebody was like, I said in the comments yesterday about like liking John Mueller being spicy. I'm like, I like bland food. So
Yeah. Just give me a piece of bread and then throw me a little butter on that bread.
a little bit.
Infamous
Anyways.
Barry had a bread sandwich tweet from 2022.
Yes.
Never forget.
All right. We're back tomorrow with More It's New. I don't know if Morty will be here or not. We'll see. Everyone have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.